Alright guys, welcome back. Let's talk about noise and 5 ways that you can get rid of it using filters in OBS. First and foremost, if your microphone has a high-pass filter, turn it on. That gets rid of low-frequency noise. If you do not have a high-pass filter, add a ReEQ, add a band, high-pass filter, and set it to 100 Hz. This will get rid of low-frequency noise. First up is the built-in OBS noise suppression plugin. Not bad, but it kind of muffles the voice a little bit, and it's got this weird phasing artifact. Not bad, but could be better. The ever so popular ReaFir, which is a replug. In subtract mode, you build a noise profile. And it analyzes the signal to subtract your noise frequencies. But it adds delay and strange audio artifacts. Not the best choice for background noise. Use as an absolute last resort if the noise is so loud that you cannot get rid of it in any other way. A noise gate, ReaGate. Very good for keyboard noise. If you set the threshold high enough, it'll block out your keys and your mouse clicks and etc. But if you stop talking, you'll hear your noise is still there. It just fades out based on the release time. So a gate is good for random noise. It's not so good for fan noise. And so next up is the auto expander. The auto expander is a ReaJS plugin. So you load up Stillwell auto expand, and an expander is like a compressor, but it works in the opposite direction. So it gain reduces at a ratio below your set threshold, and it has peak detection and RMS detection, which for background noise, you normally want it on RMS because that is an average constant noise, but you'll still hear, like the gate, your noise fades out. And even if I crank this up, it's still going to fade out, or it's going to start to chop up my voice quite a bit. So this is my number 2 plugin. It is fairly good at getting rid of noise. But the number 1 plugin is coming up next. The downwards expander. This is exactly the same as auto expand, but it has more control over it. So it uses a threshold and a ratio, but it also has an attack time and a release time. But you'll notice that when it turns back on, it doesn't fade out noise. The noise is gone. But if I lower this too much, it gets kind of fluttery. So you need to find a good balance, because if you go too high, then it starts to chop up your voice and you start to get really hard to hear. So I settled around 45 for this microphone. This mic is AT 2020. The gain is at about 3 o'clock on my interface. And my attack time and my release time are set fairly low. You don't want a long attack because it fades in. So you want a nice, but you don't want a super short attack, or it starts to, you might get artifacts with it opening too quickly. So you have it around 10, which is a very, very slight fade in. And then the release time, if you crank it up, you'll start to hear the noise fade out. So if you keep it nice and short, you get the best of both worlds. Now, what I like to do is combine both a downward expander and ReaGate for the ultimate noise suppression. Because now it's going to knock out my keyboard. And it's not going to fade out the white noise in the background. So that's about it. So these are your 5 options for gain reducing or suppressing your noise. So downward expander is also a ReaJS plugin, but it's not available by default. It's actually a ReaPlugs plugin, which you need to either create a text file on your old desktop, name it downward expander 2, get rid of the file extension, open it up in Notepad, and paste the JavaScript that I have in the Reddit post, or I will put this file on my Google Drive so you can download it, and then just save the file. And if you drag that bad boy into your ReaPlugs JS Effects Stillwell folder, it will be available to you as a VST. Oops. So ReaJS, open up plugin interface, load Stillwell downward expander. And that's it. I hope this helps you out, guys. This is quick and dirty. I did not go over what each and every single one of these DAWs does, because I want to keep it this short. So yeah, use the downward expander when it makes sense. Until next time.